Hey guys, it is your buddy BU Mini Z, BU FPV, whatever you want to call myself, Badgie, whatever, Lamont. It's Lamont, you guys. Come on. All right, and this is a review of the MWX Formula R1. This is the newest F1 car by Marcus Williams' company called MWX Performance. I think it stands for Manus Works. You'd think it was Marcus Williams, but you know, extreme. Anyways, yeah, so let's get right into it, okay? Okay, so let's talk about my god-awful paint job, okay? Let's not stare too much at it. It's not great. I tried to get fancy. It did not work out. But I like it. You know, it's got my orange. That's what I'm running right now. Everything I have is running the same color orange. Anywho, let's get into the car. Let's talk about, you guys want a close-up of my god-awful paint job and what the car looks like with the lid on it? I want a little higher cut. I'm actually gonna change these body posts so the car sits a little, so the body sits flush like that. But there's not enough holes in the clips to do that. But there's the car with the body on it. Very cool. I'm running the blue springs up front. I have left my guide clear because my transponder's in there. Front end. All right. Flip it on around to the rear. That really cool wing. It comes with the PN gear diff with the covers on it. I had to take mine off because my covers were hitting the rear wing. I don't know if that's gonna happen to everybody else. I actually run a couple spacers now, so it probably wouldn't touch, but it also touches my tire sometimes. I'm not a huge fan of the covers. I think they work great on a car that's not running 14s, but you know, this is an F1, it's running 14s. All right, so let's take the lid off and I'll show you guys what it looks like on the inside. I bet you're all wondering. Just know that I am not a wiring freaking guru, you know? I usually just get everything to fit in there and zip tie it off. It's probably the best I'm gonna do. I'm running the NHX brushless ESC. I'm gonna do a review on that thing because there's some things you need to know before you buy one of those things. I have a bunch of them because they were extremely inexpensive. But back to the car. Here is your close-up, extreme close-up. You know, I put my electronics back here, blah, blah, blah. It's a PN, that's the PN V3, I think. Yeah, I run Futaba receiver, of course. This is a Gen 8 battery. We'll talk about that some other time. And I'm running the AG06 servo like he recommends. Everything fits together quite well. The build was pretty easy. I probably, if I could sit around for as long as it took to sit through one setting and do it, you probably get done in a couple hours. There aren't a lot of pieces. They go together very quickly. If you watch the videos, the instructions are really good. So you don't have to worry about, you know, putting something somewhere it doesn't belong. Let's talk about what I do like. I do like how quickly it went together. I like the look of the car. It's a little bit shorter actually than like the GL, and I don't know if it's shorter than G-Force. It's definitely like maybe 3-4 millimeters shorter than the GL F1. But definitely long F1 style wheelbase. What else? This part right here, I really like how he made this out of aluminum. It's not set up way high, still way lower than the upper part of the wheel. So most of the car is very low to the ground. I like that. I like the, I mean, I was a fan of the R1. So if you like that car, you're gonna like this one. So yeah, build was easy, went together great. I thought I was not going to like, this is not carbon fiber. This is, I think it's fiberglass is what this is. I thought I wasn't going to like that, but it's fine. Carbon fiber has, some good qualities, but fiberglass has some good qualities too. I don't think that it's going to crack or break. The class is a spec class. It's 2500 1253 on Blinky, so you're never going to be going like blistering mod speeds that have something slam into your car and snap your chassis or anything like that. So durability is usually not an issue, though I do believe the car is quite durable. I think these are 3D printed possibly. They are definitely not injection molded. They look like they might be like the front and the rear pieces look like they might be resin printed, but they are a slightly different material than the G-Force uses, so they're a little less likely to crack and break. There's a good bit of flex to them. They feel very well made. Oh, of course, the huge fan of the linkless system that the MWX cars use. If you don't know, there is basically a ball that runs in a trace right there, and those balls slip in those traces, which makes the side links unnecessary. The pod is trapped by the two balls and the traces, and I like that a lot. I think it makes the rear pod movement extremely smooth, and if you really wanted to, you could put some grease in there and maybe make it a bit smoother. I think it's okay on its own, or maybe you could polish the balls up. I wouldn't do that. I would just leave it. I mean, polishing the balls, you run the chance of shrinking the ball and making it not fit properly in the trace, and you get play in there. Like there's like almost no play at all, which is pretty amazing. An improvement from the last build. If you look here, yeah, on this side right here, the traces are now pinned in the middle, so these two screws go into the trace, so they don't move, which is a great addition. The last ones did move a bit, but they were easy to fix. But the addition of the pin just makes it that much more secure, like that. Yeah. Now let's talk about things I was a little freaked out about. It ended up being nothing, but the servo saver in there, it's the kind of servo saver where it's two pieces clamped on a C piece of metal. It's a servo saver, but it's not the kind of servo saver that uses a spring, it uses a C clamp. Let's see if I can hold the wheel there. There's a little bit of movement in it, but really you don't see it when you're driving. The ball cups, you're gonna need to stretch them out a little bit, because when you first put the car together, they're pretty tight. Not a problem, normal thing when you get new ball cups on new balls. Balls. So yeah, so the ball cups being tight, the servo saver was a little wonk, but it really didn't equate to anything bad happening to the car while I was driving. See, there's a lot of a little play in there, a little play. But once the servo's on, most of that goes away. And if you properly put the screw in, I think originally he's got a, what is it? Not a button head screw, but the other kind of screw, the countersunk style head, the bevel head screw in there. I ended up replacing it with a longer button head and Loctiting that and putting it all the way in, and it's fine. Yeah. So not a lot to not like about the car. Center spring went together great. The new pins he uses in the front are properly coated. The ones I got on my original R1, the coating would rub off, like it'd scratch it off, but these are well, properly anodized. And yeah, all that went in smooth. Talked about the servo saver. What else? What else was there? Oh, and I mentioned this early in the video. The PN diff, if you keep the dust covers on, if you're not running shims, they will rub the inside of this part of the wing, I cut some of the wing away and I didn't want to cut any more away, so I just took it off, and they were kind of touching the inside of my wheel too, with a 14mm wheel, so I just took them off. It's the new PM with the gold or the brass gears in it, so it's really smooth, really nice, and I don't, you know, I was never getting a ton of dirt in there anyways, so taking the covers off, not a big deal. All right, so let's go check out some running footage, and we'll go over some other stuff, and then we'll close this out. I mean, long story short, it's really good. The only thing that's really gonna get you is when you go, when you see how much it costs. It's a little, it's got a proud price tag.
All right, I'm having some issues with my ESC, so, oh God, a lot of steering. Pretty smooth. Look, I don't hate it.
43 flat.
Yeah, I know.
7-7.
I know. Yeah, you need a. So we're running 1453 on 2500.
7-7.
You're not gonna get it with this thing.
7-3.
Ooh.
7-2.
Feels good though, right?
Yeah.
7-4.
You figure out that little thing.
7-5.
Longer screw, and that's everywhere a 5mm went. I just moved to a 6. All the 4mm were fine. But yeah, man, I'm really liking this. I'm not the most consistent
7-7.
driver in the world, and I am consistently getting around pretty well.
7-6.
I think what I'm going to end up doing is switching to this car once I get a good ESC.
7-7. 8-4.
Again, it's really smooth.
8 flat.
Ugh. I always do that coming out of that corner with every car I own. Car is really flat.
9 flat.
Very responsive.
7-4.
I think I have my dual rate turned down to 90 right now.
7-5.
And
7-2.
7.2, very good. So if I my try hard pants on, I can get down in low 7s.
Yeah.
All right.
10-9. 17-5. 7-3. 8-3. 16-2. 7-5.
Oop.
8-3. 12-4. 7-3.
All right, there's your running footage. Let's see how much it weighs. 0 grams. 142.3 with a painted body. 147.5. I'll throw some body clips on there just for good measure. 147.7. There you have it, folks. 147.7 grams. Man, it's good. It's a good car. It's not so twitchy that you feel like you're out of control, but then it's not so tame that you don't feel like you can throw it around a bit. Kyosho 30,000 grease in all the places you put grease. And yeah, that's about it. I'm also running the toe he recommends, which is a 25 millimeter long turnbuckle on each side. It's like 1 degree toe out. Yeah, there you go, guys. The MWX Performance Formula R1. Those are my thoughts. I'm running the NHX censored ESC. I ran it the first day I got the car, and I thought there was something wrong with the ESC, but it ended up that my motor was bad. I'll do a video on that as well. That'll be coming up after this one. Or maybe I'm going to do like an F1 roundup and go over all the F1s that I currently have in my possession. I think I have all of them except for the Kyosho one. Yeah, I mean, you're not going to go wrong getting one, you know? It is really, really good. Your MWX Formula 1, or Formula R1. Keeping with the R1 moniker. It's good, man. Go get yourself one. Just, you know, it's gonna cost you. But, I mean, it does not disappoint. All right, guys, that's all I gotta say. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. There's this little thing down in here, this little red thing. I thought it was an extra part, and I don't see it in the instructions anywhere. Where maybe it was in the exploded view, but I didn't see it. I just threw it back there because I thought it looks cool. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it looks mad cool.